Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shane Weltikal, and I'm a captain and paramedic here at the Mandan Fire Department in Mandan, North Dakota. I began my journey in EMS back in 1997 in a small rural town in North Dakota. I graduated from paramedic school in 2002 and have been working in urban EMS as a career paramedic ever since. Now, we have a big problem here in North Dakota when it comes to staffing for our EMS departments, and I'm here to talk to you today about why you should volunteer as an EMS provider within the state of North Dakota. I have some statistical information I'd like to share with you first today when we get started. First, the population of North Dakota is roughly 762,000 people. Of that 762,000 people, 39% live in rural areas. Now that may not seem like a big number to you. However, 97% of the land in North Dakota is composed of rural areas. And what that means is we're extremely spread out. So as you look at the amount of providers and ambulance services that we have across our state, you'll notice the numbers aren't that good. We have about 2,100 EMRs in the state, about 2,000 EMTs, 92 advanced EMTs, and only 646 licensed paramedics within the state. Now, those numbers are obviously not so good, and they're all-time lows for the state of North Dakota. If you look, we have 22 ALS services within the state. We have 118 BLS services in the state. So that's a majority of ambulance services that are within the state of North Dakota are all BLS. We have 82 quick response units, and what those are basically our fire departments or small ambulance services that are not allowed to transport patients. So we can actually lump them kind of in with the BLS category. And we have 8 critical care air ambulances in the state. So as you can see, even though our population isn't that great, we do have a pretty small percentage of EMS staff and ambulance services within the state. Now, our biggest problem is recruitment and retention. We're finding that folks from 1997, like when I started, are starting to talk about retiring out of EMS. They've volunteered their time, and that's what a majority of our folks here are in North Dakota, are volunteer providers. So why we need you to volunteer? Our staff are getting tired. They're getting wanting to be more involved with their families, take less call time, and spread their lives out a little bit more from what it's been with the ambulance service. So I got a couple of ways that you guys can help us by volunteering. The first thing that you need to do and how to get started is contact your local fire department or ambulance agency. When you give them a call, ask them what you can do to volunteer. They may tell you that they want you to just drive the ambulance. They may offer you an EMR or an EMT class even. So get a hold of them and get your options to how you want to best help. Any help is good. Ambulance services are even short drivers now, so we'll take anything that we can get, okay? You can also contact your local hospital. By contacting the local hospital, a lot of them are the folks that put on EMT classes. So they may have some options for you there as well. You can contact the North Dakota Department of Health Division of EMS. Now these folks are going to be the top of the line answers when inquiring about getting into EMS in North Dakota. They'll have all the statistical information for you and basically a list of every single way that you can be involved in rural EMS. Lastly, when you make a decision on how you want to volunteer with your ambulance service or what they need, we want you to apply to an EMR or an EMT class. Now, an EMR class is about 40 hours, an EMT class is about 110 hours, so it is a decent commitment. However, the benefits are really, really great, and I'll talk about those in just a little bit. So to recap, contact a local ambulance service, the local hospital, North Dakota Division of EMS, or go ahead and just apply to an EMR or an EMT class. So what is that going to do for you when you volunteer as a provider here in North Dakota? The first thing is, I get to tell you, you get to save lives. Being an EMS provider in the state of North Dakota is of great reward. It's great personal satisfaction. You're not only helping your community by doing something good, but you're doing something that hopefully you can pass on to the other members of your family. The services in the state are very prideful. They are extremely good at what they do and would very much welcome your help. So I encourage you to take a look at some of this statistical information, to hop on the internet, do a couple Google searches, and find out a little bit about North Dakota EMS and EMS response within the state, and figure out how you can fit in that solution. We greatly need your help. We want to see you apply, and we're here if you need any help in the future. Thank you.